All right.
Do it.
Hi, I'm Aunt Cindy.
I'm Granny.
And I'm
The taster.
sorry. Do it again.
Keep going.
Do it again.
I got it.
Hi.
And I'm. Oh, go ahead.
Wait.
Sorry.
You two
Go ahead. Hi, I'm Aunt Cindy.
And I'm Granny.
And I'm Meemaw Dixie. Just kidding. I'm the official taste tester for us.
All
And
right.
we wish you all a Merry Christmas.
All right. So you have questions for Granny about Christmas growing up?
Yeah.
What's your first question?
What was your favorite toy you got?
What was my favorite toy?
Yeah.
Well, we got little dishes every Christmas. Daddy would buy us a set of dishes. And I don't remember. We did a baby doll. We got a baby doll every year that I got married.
What did your Christmas tree look like?
We would go up on the hill and cut it down with the axe and bring it down. And sometimes we'd have to go and make 4 or 5 trips because they wouldn't suit us when we got down with them. Cedars, but and then Daddy would take wood and put on the bottom of it where they'd stand up. We didn't have nothing to make them stand up. Or put them in a bucket and put a lot of rocks down in with it.
Did you have elves?
Elves for Christmas.
Like Elf on a Shelf?
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
no, honey, we didn't have no elves. We was always good.
They didn't need elves to watch them. They were always good
Yeah, we
kids.
was always good. We didn't need them. For Christmas, he loved Christmas, and he'd always buy all of our stuff. Him and Mama, and they'd bring them down here at Grandma's, and then when we'd go to church, we always went to church on Christmas Eve and had our Christmas program and exchanged gifts. Everybody in the church exchanged gifts. And when we'd come out, the man that lived down there by the church, he'd always be dressed up like Santa Claus. He was a real tall, slim man. And we were so excited. We'd run all the way home to see what Santa Claus had brought us. And the next morning when we'd get up, we'd come down to Grandma's and we would find half of it in the field. Where we walked down the year where Daddy had dropped half of it and coming up the field, bringing it, put it under the tree. But he always made sure that we had some chocolate-covered cherries, and Dixie hates them things. And he would have fruit and a box of raisins under our tree. Now, I don't know why he got the raisins, but Daddy always went out for Christmas. He was like Leon. Leon always liked Christmas.
All the lights. I know he'd be in the newspaper for all the lights he would put up every single year.
Yeah, he was more in for Christmas than Mama was. And he would buy Mama presents. And one year he got her a pocketbook. And it was one of these old pocketbooks where you can imagine how many years that was anyway. And it had about 6 or 7 departments on it that you had to open. And Mama got so mad. She didn't like that pocketbook at all. And she pulled out the bid on Daddy because he bought her that old pocketbook. Well, the next year, he bought her a monkey eating a banana, a big old stuffed monkey. And that really topped it. He said, Daddy couldn't talk plain, and he said, but I bought you a pocketbook and you didn't like it, now I got you a pretty monkey. Mama got so mad she took the Christmas tree out and throwed it all in the creek. She'd tell us not to buy her nothing, but Buddy, we had to buy her something. She always wanted something for Christmas, but she'd get mad at Daddy. She went to church, well, she went to school, and she got a little box with a string and something out of the cracker box, like she'd put on that string, make herself a necklace. Well, she went down here to church in her Sunday school class. She got the very same thing. I don't know how everybody knows what to get. And then she went out to Chinkapin to their church, to GA's, and she got it. She come home so mad. She had 3 boxes of 3 cracker box toys and string with it to make herself a necklace. But she didn't open her mouth, because I taught them, you don't open your mouth no matter what people give you, you appreciate it. But I know I did my grandma like that one time, and I've always felt bad about it, because I was the oldest. And when she come up with the gift, because I was older, she got me some panties. And she got Gail and Judy and Norma dolls. Oh, I got so mad. I cried because I didn't get a doll, and I got them old bloomers.
Now, I remember for a while, we would always do Christmas. They were some of my favorite memories growing up. And we would all do Christmas over here by your house. Can you talk a little bit about dressing up and bingo and all the things we would do?
Oh, we had a big Christmas every year, our party before Christmas. My mama, she was a rock. She kept all of us together. There's 7 of us, and she kept us all together. And we would all get together at Christmas and bring all the kids and the grandkids. And Judy had come in from Pennsylvania. Usually we didn't have lunch at home. Once or twice we did, but not every year. She lived in Florida. And we'd have Santa Claus. He would come and Judy'd bring everybody a gift in a big sack. She'd wrap it up and have all of us a gift for Santa Claus to give out to us. And then we would eat, and then we would play bingo. And we had gifts to get when we played bingo. I never will forget, poor little old Jeremy, he couldn't talk plain. And Leon always give the numbers out when we played bingo. And I looked over at Jeremy, and he was looking so sad, and I went over by him. He said, I would win if Uncle Leon wouldn't say free all the time. But we always, that's really good memories we have with our families, where we've always went and up there and got together and had Santa Claus to come. And then one year, I don't know if Eunice was with them or not. If you was, you was awful small. When Trilla moved in her new house, we had it in the basement. Well, I heard it was going to be the Santa Claus. So we had all the kids downstairs and everything, and sent him up there to put his suit on. We waited and we waited and we waited, and he never did come down. So I told Trilla, I said, Trilla, we better go up there and check on Howard. We went up there. It was so funny. He had got in her waterbed to put his breeches on. Well, when he got in the waterbed, his feet went up in the air, and he couldn't get them back down. And there he was laying on her waterbed with his feet up in the air. Me and her laughed we laughed. It was so funny to see you. But we've had some really, really good times with the family, and I'm so glad we all stayed together, was so close. Although I'm left by myself, and that's what I try to do with my kids. We all get together on Christmas whenever we have Christmas. We just have to have it when everybody can get here. And then we have about 32, and they all get in this house. And I told them, I said, let's go somewhere else and have Christmas, because the little kids are getting to be big kids now, and it fills the house up. No, we come into Grandma's. I said, okay, we'll just sit in the floor and wherever we can. That's what we do. Just wherever you can find a seat, you can sit down.
Doesn't feel like Christmas if you're not.
No, they
I know,
come
that's the
every
same for
year.
me. Yeah, without Papaw going to his house, it just doesn't feel the same.
No. Mm-mm. Hi, I'm Granny, and this morning I'm going to make some fig jelly. I've never made fig jelly but once because I don't remember ever seeing any figs growing around here when I was young. So I've took 5 cups of figs. I put them in my blender and blended them, and I got 5 cups of figs. I'm going to put a half a cup of lemon juice. I'm going to put half a cup of water, and I'm going to put a box of Sure Gel that I poured in a cup, and I'm going to stir this and bring it to a good boil, and then I'm going to add 7 cups of sugar, and then I'll bring it to a boil and boil it for 1 minute before I put them in my jars. Okay, it's come to a full boil, so I'm going to put 7 cups of sugar. And then I'm going to bring it back to a boil and let it boil for 1 minute. Then I'll put it in my jars. Jelly has started to boil, and I'm going to put 1 minute. And these persimmons, my daughter-in-law brought these up here to me.
Them's not persimmons or figs.
I'm sorry, these is figs. She brought these up here from South Carolina, and for me to make her some jelly. So I told her I'd have to experiment with it because I never made any. But I'm getting it to boil, and then I'll put them in my jars.
We were talking about persimmons early, because we're going to make some persimmon jelly. Now that it has frosted, you can eat persimmons. You cannot eat persimmons before frost.
Well, I'm going to put my fig jelly in the jar. And I've got to get them all filled up. I will take them to a water bath with them. Because she's going to take these back to South Carolina and a water bath them, and they will stay sealed longer and better. Well, I've got my jars in my pot, and I'm going to bring them to a boil and boil them between 5 and 10 minutes so they'll seal good. And I'll wipe around the top of the jars before I put the ring and the seal on with some vinegar water to get the stickiness off if I've dropped any on it. So we'll put the lid on it and let it come to a boil, and then we'll boil it, and then we'll take them out and they'll be ready to go to South Carolina.
Merry Christmas from Granny Women.
Meemaw Dixie here, and from our house to your house, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.